Could be something personal, a problem you
Yeah.
face.
Uh-huh. Sure. Let's start working through these things. So, oh, come on. So this could be personal experience. What else?
A desire to build a solution.
You hear something, someone is complaining.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I'll just write down that someone is complaining. Come on. Okay. Complaints. So desire for solution. What does this mean? And how is this different from the personal experience of experiencing a problem? What is desire for solution?
You basically want to create something, like someone wants to sing a song or write a novel. You want to create a piece of product, a piece of code that's helpful for people, and like you like building stuff, so you look for a problem that you can build something for.
Uh-huh. Well, this is definitely the kind of the emotional reason, because we all have a desire to find something, but a desire for a solution does not create a problem hypothesis. The fact that you want to build something. So this is an example. You learn a new language, right? A new programming language. You learn Rust or Eiffel or I don't know, something cool like that, Haskell, and you will want to build something with that. And you notice that some things are easier to build with that tech than with anything you've seen before. So that kind of thing is a desire for a solution. But it doesn't take you to a problem hypothesis. It doesn't take you to a problem validation. It doesn't take you to solution validation. It takes you all the way directly to the product. And that it often fails to take you to even free users, let alone paying customers and profitable business. So this is a problem. I will even paint it in red. I would say that when you have a desire for a solution or that passion to build, and you act on that alone, that is a red flag. It's very typical for us engineers. We see tech, we want to do something with it. First time you hold the Raspberry Pi, oh, I need to build something, right? First time you try a new tech stack, it's like, I need to build something with it. And the thing you build is the first thing that pops into your mind. Something that's been floating around. Maybe it has something to do with personal experience or an actual problem you're experiencing. And maybe it's something that is much harder to turn into a product. Like, oh, I'm going to build a task list. Always wanted to build a task list. As if there aren't sufficient task list managers in the world, also as if it does anything for productivity. As I see your dots are connecting in your, in your mind there.
I actually went through this. I realized that, when I was building my first project, I was really excited. I really like building something and seeing it work and, the progress of it all. And recently when I tried to sell it, I understood the, need for a hair on fire problem. And I started reading books and started, educating myself. So this time, this new project, we did go and interview people, but I honestly, like, if I'm completely honest, I don't think that I am doing it the right way, even now, even after, suffering that first defeat. Because when you start thinking about something, building is like, it's so much easier. There's so little friction, I just think of something and then all of the code, everything just starts happening in my mind and how it could happen and blah, blah, blah. And you sort of lie to yourself that, yeah, I would actually use it. And like, I'm solving a problem for myself. So there's this very viral new clip that I use as sort of cope, which is, this music producer called Rick Ross. He says, if you truly build something for yourself, that's the best thing you can do for the audience. So, like, I understand that this has to be a very scientific process. And I am conducting, after our first conversation, I have been conducting user interviews with people, random people in the cafeteria, and I don't show them my product. I ask them questions, and their answers were really, I didn't like their answers, but they were answers to me. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm yeah.
One of the reasons, so when people succeed, when something works out for them, they find something in what they did to be the reason for that. That also happens in failure. But when an entrepreneur succeeds, there's like, well, I succeeded because there was a reason, right? And that's how you get people who are very successful who say, oh, you just need to show up every day. That's not true. There are plenty of people who show up every day and don't succeed. Other people say, well, you just need to build something for yourself and then you will succeed. That's not true either, because plenty of people build things for themselves that don't succeed as businesses. We just don't see it, right? It's like classic survivorship bias. We only see the people who build something for themselves and it worked out, right? There are people who say, well, you just need to build one thing after another, 50 startups in 50 days, and eventually we'll hit an idea. That's also not true. It's both not true because it's completely unpredictable. It's not true because if you just build and you don't do any kind of marketing-like thing, it will never succeed on its own. And also, it's a completely random process. Who knows if it's going to take 3 attempts, 5 attempts, 50 attempts, or if you burn out before you get someone. It's also a problem. When people ask me, wait a second, Ellie, did you have a massively successful SaaS that you can live off? How can you be teaching these things if you're not massively successful? And I struggled with that question for a bit, but the reason I can teach this is that I have tried many times and failed many times and succeeded in small ways and sometimes in larger ways. And I was able to discern the parts that luck plays and what is actually the method. So if you build something based on your own personal experience and it's a problem for you, then yes, there is a chance that it will succeed, that other people like you will be attracted to it. But that only gives you a problem hypothesis. And if your way to prove the problem hypothesis is to build a product and then try to find eventually paying users, then your cycle is going to be fairly long. How long does it take to build something? Maybe a few weeks, if it's really easy and small. How long does it take to find paying customers? A long time. How long does it take to realize that you can't find paying customers and the reason is that you're solving the wrong problem? How can you prove that even? Like, how do you even approach that? You build something, you post it on Twitter, nobody replies. What does it mean? That's not even data. You put up a landing page and nobody clicks the buy button. What does it mean? Are the wrong people coming? Is it the wrong thing? Did you just call it by the wrong name? Are you talking about it in the wrong way? Like, well, you're not learning anything. These things have binary answers. You put a landing page, it's either a yes or a no. And it's 99.9% of the time, it's a no. But you don't learn anything. And Azam, like you said, you talk to one guy or girl, right? And you explain what you're talking about, and they say no, but you learn so much more from the no. It's like, no, and this is why. It's like, okay. So and this is going to be a recurring theme here. A single conversation has a lot more information in it than even 1,000 clicks. I'd say maybe that even 5,000 clicks, because you can ask people questions and direct the conversation to find the answers you're looking for, the insights you're looking for. It's not scientific in the sense that it's statistically valid. It is scientific in the sense that there is actual external data from the world and not from your own intuition.